What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys bringing you another figure unboxing and review. And I've got another good one today. We are going way back to 1981 when a certain fedora-wearing hero made his debut in a certain film known as Raiders of the Lost Ark. And of course, the figure we will be reviewing today is none other than Indiana Jones Adventure Series Temple Escape Raiders of the Lost Ark Indiana Jones. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I saw this at my hobby shop, like I mentioned, and I had completely forgot about it. I hadn't pre-ordered it, and it was there, and I said, I gotta pick that up. Of course, the Temple Escape is probably one of the most famous scenes of all Indiana Jones movies. Of course, the big boulder that chases Indy as he's tried to replace the fertility idol with the bag of sand, and I think that scene really sets up exactly what Indiana Jones is all about. He's cocky. He doesn't always know what he's doing, but somehow it's endearing to us, and it's made that character something of a mythology for all of us, especially in the Western world, that we all kind of can relate to. We all want to be the hero, even if we don't know what we're doing most of the time. But I'm not here to tell you about things like that. I'm here to talk about the toy. So let's just jump over here right now and check out the box, and we'll dig into it and we'll see where it goes from there. So here we have Indiana Jones Adventure Series, Indiana Jones Temple Escape. Of course, they've got him in the famous scene where he is trying to, again, replace the fertility idol with the bag of sand. So this is a deluxe piece. It is... I don't remember what the MSPP, whatever it's called. I don't remember how much it is. I know I paid a little bit more for it because I did get it at my hobby shop, but you snooze, you lose when you don't pre-order things, and I like supporting local business. So, that being said, with that, we have Indiana Jones, the figure, and the accessories on the front. On the side, we do have the point in time where he is actually trying to switch the sand with the idol, and then of course the boulder chasing him. This is the plastic-free packaging, and on the back we see once again Indiana Jones Temple Escape and the accessories that he comes with. We get the figure, of course, we get the base, we get the bag of sand, the fertility idol, his satchel, a whip that is wrapped up, and a unwrapped whip, I guess, and his revolver. So, and on the other side, we have the Wave 1 figures showing Belloc, Sala, Marion, Ravenwood, and Tote. So, this is a big plastic-free box. Let's get it open and see what's inside. Okay, I've got Indiana Jones out of the package, and of course, again, this is from Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the opening scene that we see Indiana Jones walking through the jungle and subsequently finding the cave that has the fertility idol in it that he's been searching for before he has his encounter with the giant boulder and subsequently Belloc. So, pretty standard for the 6-inch Indiana Jones line. You've got your typical Indiana Jones range of motion. You've got a single jointed elbow, 360 at the shoulder. It does have the butterfly underneath the vest. Of course, you can take off the vest, but it's not going to look very good. I'm looking at this Indy face, and I do like it. If I can get it to focus a little better. Does it look like Harrison Ford? Yes, but again, it's one of those ones where something seems a little bit off about it. Now, they did do a good job. They actually do have the scar on the chin of this one, which seems to be missing on other figures. At least this one seems to have that. Let me see if I can get a little brighter light on it to show it for you folks. So you can see there's a better picture of the face of Indiana Jones himself. And you can just barely make out that scar on his chin. So outside that, he does have his satchel already on. It is a satchel you cannot open up, but it is on the figure. You could take it off. It wouldn't be that hard to pop the head off if you chose to. Of course, he's got an area for his bullwhip, much like the other Indiana Jones figures that are in this line. For his revolver, he has articulates at the hips, thigh slice, knees bend, twist, rocker ankles, and a decent amount of paint wash on it. We got some up here. We've got some on the boots, or I'm sorry, on the bottom of the pant legs. Nothing really on the shoes too much. I guess they do have a little bit of scuffing through here. You know me, I always like to have some weathered look to it. They did a very nice job on the jacket. It has nice weathering on it, front and back. Yeah, just overall, it's another Indiana Jones, but he is a little bit younger in this one, so that might explain the odd looking face sculpt. It's not terrible. It just, I don't know. It's definitely Indiana Jones. We'll leave it at that. Something just looks a little off to me. But yeah, as far as anything else with the figure, yeah, it's pretty much your standard Indiana Jones. So we'll stand him right there because there is more to this deluxe set than just Indiana Jones. I do have a hard time getting him to stand, and he's always looking down, it feels like. My camera's a little high, so there we go. So, of course, Indiana Jones does come with the largest accessory so far in the line, and that is the Temple... that's neat. The Temple Escape... what do I want to call this? The base? I'm thrown off by this because I didn't know it did this. So it looks like it's actually got the feature where it actually goes down, and I wonder how that works. So you just push it up from the bottom. It's not... yeah, it's not very tight in there. But yeah, so there's the base, and I'll slide Indiana out of the way here for a second, so you can see that base. It's got the moss on it. Obviously, it's got the little pedestal that goes down, and it's just completely hollow on the inside here. So I don't know how well the light's showing. There you can see it's just hollowed out, and then that little piece pushes up. So, in addition to that, he does come with the bag of sand, which will sit right on top there and looks very cool. Or you can replace the bag of sand back with the fertility idol, which is right here. And they have made this fertility idol a little more PG. It doesn't have the lines in the hair, and of course you can see the bottom, but they've kind of just made it all flat on the bottom, so you really don't know what's going on. If you don't know the story behind the fertility idol, you can go Google it or look it up. But there we go. So we can set the fertility idol right on there, and it looks very good. Of course, Indiana Jones also comes with his standard revolver. Mine's got a little bit of a upward angle on it, but it's a very rubbery material, so you can just bend it back in place. Try to get that to focus in a little better. And it's the same revolver that's come with other Indiana Jones. The same for the whip. This is now it's tied in a knot. Interesting. This is the extended whip that you can give Indiana Jones. If you want to have him swing across the chasm, you could use that one. I do appreciate this one, and I do appreciate also getting a separate whip that can simply... there should be a plug on this. Actually, no, this one does not have the plug. This one actually has on here. Let me show you again. Some of the Indiana Jones figures they've released have it this way, where you can just hook it on and snap it. And then I think the Dial of Destiny Indiana Jones actually has a plug that you plug, or on the whip, you have a male piece that you plug into the female piece on his belt. I don't know why they decided to do it that way. But yeah, so those are the accessories, and give it a little pan down so you can see them all real quick. So yeah, let's accessorize a little bit and then do some final thoughts and maybe some comparisons. Okay, so I accessorized him up a little bit, and I tried my best to recreate the scene. This is very similar to how they have it on the back of the box for the figure, and it looks cool, and it conveys the idea, obviously, but really the trigger finger hand just looks weird. It's hard to get him in a position where it looks like he's doing the switch off very quickly. Now it looks like he's already finished switching it off, and we're just moments before the mechanism triggers. So I wish he would have had maybe a couple extra hands, given this is a deluxe figure, that are besides the trigger finger hand. I think that would have been a fair bit nicer, but I mean, it gets the idea across. You can see, if you're going to put it in a diorama, how you would basically set it up. So it does look cool, and it is what it is, and I like it. Now, that being said, I figured we'd get some of this stuff out of the way. We'd do a couple of quick comparisons. Oh, as you can see, that just barely lays in his hand. So let's move that off to the side, and let's compare Henry Jones Jr. against some of the other movie versions of himself. I'm just straightening them out here real quick so we can do some comparisons. So we've got Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. We have Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. And finally, Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny. So let me recenter here so we can look at all three of them. And try to turn their heads up and towards us so you can see what you get with each figure. So there you go. You kind of see how each one of them look in comparison to the other. Of course, pretty much the waist on each one of them is identical. Matter of fact, I think all the figures have the exact same. No, these are actually different legs. It's a different way the legs are, the trousers are falling down. These two are exactly the same. That one has a different shoe on, maybe. No, it's just unpainted. So yeah, I mean, trying to make the most of your molds. And I did want to point out that this vest, I didn't realize it until after I was shooting, that this vest does actually have teeth on the actual jacket that are actually individualized a little bit. So let me turn on my light again so you can see those teeth on the jacket. I mean, it's actually pretty cool. It's a cool little design, and you can feel the teeth on the jacket when you rub your finger across it. So that's a cool little attention to detail that is not on the Dial of Destiny figure. It is a different jacket. But yeah, you just get a look at each one of them and kind of decide which Indiana Jones, if you're only going for one, which one really is the one that does it for you. My goal personally is to get one from every movie. Now I know we've got a Indiana Jones coming out from The Last Crusade. He'll be coming out soon-ish. Don't know if we're getting one for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I really would like to have one from each movie. But yeah, there we go. What do you think? My final thoughts on this figure is it's a good representation of the first movie. I like it. I don't like that this gun holster, and I complained about it on my review of the Temple of Doom Indy. You cannot get that gun holster to close, or at least I can't, not very well. I think I might have gotten lucky and got that one closed, but I wasn't on a futz with this one. I just could not do it, and didn't honestly care enough. Oh, I did want to point out that this Indiana Jones right here, as I mentioned earlier, has the peg-in version of the whip. So it's not a loop that you connect it to. It's just a simple peg. You can see it there. So that was an interesting choice that they decided to go with that for the new movie Indiana Jones. But yeah, let's slide these guys off to the side real quick. And yeah, good Indiana Jones figure. I don't have the standard version of Indy from Wave 1, so this might be the exact same figure you got in Wave 1, which is fine, because if you missed that figure, you can obviously have gotten it with the Deluxe set. And if that's the case, if this figure is exactly the same as the regular edition, then I would say absolutely pick up the Deluxe set. You might as well get a cool accessory. I'm going to use it. I'm going to keep all the accessories probably inside of this, just keep it upside down. If I don't display it all, I'm still up in the air on that. If I'm just going to display him as Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or actually in a Dio scene. I guess I should do it in a Dio scene. What do you think? Drop a comment below. Speaking of that, if you're enjoying my videos, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you could leave a like, that helps the channel out a lot, trying to grow it. Going to be coming up with some new stuff here very soon. Got a live stream coming up very soon. Looking forward to giving away some prizes to y'all, subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And I'm Mark. This is Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.